You expect us to just drop it? Roadmap. So I saw this post on the Steam forums about roadmap as well. So let me talk a bit about that as well. So the reason why we don't have a roadmap anymore, and we've talked about this in the past on our previous streams. The big reason why we don't have a roadmap is because stuff changed all the time, and we don't feel confident enough, or like we don't feel comfortable putting out deadlines for our deliverables, because there are several reasons for this, but I think the biggest one for us is mainly that it's set up like these deliverables in the roadmap set up kind of like internal deadlines for us, which created this fallacy where we've made the decision that we shouldn't crunch, and yet we would crunch for each update, and we try to avoid that. So that's why we don't have like a roadmap saying like at this point in time we're going to release this. That's why we don't have a roadmap that's like a roadmap. But then the next question is, okay, but why don't you just have like a, general information on what's coming for the game? You don't have to specify like it's coming in March, or if you don't like doing that, why is there nothing like that? And the reason for that is because we haven't like decided yet fully exactly what we want to, like what's coming next. And we are doing that. Like I can't, like when we say we don't know it's coming, like obviously we have ideas of what's coming, and when I say we don't know, it means we haven't decided, right? So we haven't fully decided yet exactly what's coming, roughly when it's coming, because some things are still kind of like in debate internally. Some things are, up for anything can happen, development wise. Like it's very easy to be ambitious with game development and be like, yeah, we're gonna have this and this and this and it's gonna be awesome. And then you work like on half of, like you spend like half the time. If you say like in a year we'll have this and this, and you spend like half the year and you're like, wow, we only made like 20% of what we set out to do. So we also don't want to build any expectations of like what Satisfactory might contain before we know what Satisfactory will contain. When we commit to stuff, we want to be like, this is 100% what's going to happen. So that's why we don't even have that. However, we are discussing ways that we get around this, or like how we kind of fill the gap with this, because we can really only go so far. Like not everyone's going to tune into the streams, and we try to be as like explicit as possible about like why certain things are the way they are on stream, but not everyone can tune in for that, and not everyone wants to tune in for that. So we're trying to figure out ways to fill that hole, and one of the ways is to have a more open development cycle where we talk a little bit more like what we're actively working on right now, instead of being like secretive about it and releasing it. So and this is something that we iterate almost every week, that we think this is important, that like whenever I see people saying like the game's dead, like what the fuck are you talking about? There's so much happening behind the scenes, and it's just like I guess it falls on me and Jace to make sure that you guys know that there is shit happening. Holy shit, there's a lot of work going on in the background, but for various reasons we can't be like, we can't throw ourselves out there because of this and this and this, and sometimes it's really hard to convey that when you don't have these opportunities to be face on face like this and explain things, and not everyone reads like all the Steam posts or the Steam news section stuff, or like so it's just hard to reach everyone. So try just to spread the information as much as you can, and help us out, and know that stuff is happening. Like there's so much work happening.